this video with steps because I don't want this video to be super drawn out, even though it's probably going to be lengthy. I don't want it to be longer than it has to be. So we're going to split into two parts. We're going to split it into the back end setup of Shopify, and then we're going to split it into the front end / like design setup of a Shopify store, okay? So part one is going to be how you can set up your back end to your Shopify store, all right? And today I'm going to be covering how to pick a website theme for your business, how to add your products, how to set up your policies, how to connect your domain, and how to set up shipping, payments, and payouts for when people actually purchase from your website. So if you're interested in any of that, you definitely want to watch the entire video. Don't try to skip around. Watch the entire video. But for those who are interested in just learning how to do one of those things that I mentioned, I am going to put the chapters down below so that you could click to the specific chapter that you are interested in learning how to accomplish. All right, so without further ado, we gotta head to my computer because I can't just sit here and talk y'all through it. I gotta walk y'all through it with visuals, okay? So let's head out to my computer. All right, hustle babes. So once you create a Shopify profile, it is going to take you to a screen that looks something like this. Shopify does do a good job of kind of telling you your first beginner steps, but I understand that that may not be enough for you. So I am going to be walking through them with you today. So first thing first, what I like to do before I even add products is I like to pick out what my website theme would be. For the sake of these two tutorials that I am doing today and the next time you watch a video on my channel, I am creating kind of like a make-believe store. My store is called Warm and Bougie, which you can see right here in the top left-hand corner. But Shopify has also created a URL for my store automatically, okay? And it's called Warm and Bougie. So I'm thinking about doing like outerwear, jackets, cardigans, things like that, fur coats, for the bougie people, okay? So that's what this make-believe store is going to be all about. So the first thing I want to do is I want to pick a theme. So to pick a theme, you want to go to online store, and then it's automatically going to take you to a section that says themes. Once you get to themes, Shopify already has a default theme for your store called Debut. If you want to use this theme, you can go ahead and click customize, but I am going to show you how to explore the other themes within their theme store. So there's two different versions of themes. There's the free themes, and then there are paid themes. So within the free themes, Shopify does a good job of giving you at least some sort of vision as to what it would look like. So you can see it right here by just looking at it, but you can also click them, and then it will allow you to pick which style you want. Like if I want the blue style, if I want the light style, and then you can scroll and you can even preview some of these styles as well. And if you wanted to add a theme, all you have to do is click add to theme library, okay? So for the sake of Warm and Bougie, I am probably going to just stick with the Debut theme because it has the wide range banner that I like. But I am thinking more so of, yeah, let's work with this. We're gonna stick with the Debut theme, and we're going to use it like this, okay? So we already have the defaulted option already added to our Shopify store, so we don't have to do anything else. But let's say you wanted to go above and beyond. You don't want to use a basic theme. You can go and visit the Shopify theme store, which then has paid themes that you can purchase and then add to your Shopify store. So you can go through this theme collection just based on what you're looking for. There's a couple of different ways that you can organize it. They tell you based on layout, based on industry, and things like that. So let's just say that I was going to do based on industry, right? I would click see all industries, and then I'm going to click clothing and fashion because Warm and Bougie is all about jackets and outerwear, and that is fashion. And then it starts to show me different themes that I can utilize and the price. So if you do decide to buy a theme, you would just walk through the purchase process and then buy it from Shopify. Now, because I love y'all so much, I'm going to put you up on some game, okay? So Shopify charges $180 for their paid themes, or, I mean, more or less about $180. But there is a way that you can get themes for cheaper. You have to know what you're doing, though. You can go to Envato Market, which is also known as themeforest.net in Vado Market. And all you have to do is literally search Shopify website themes, or what you can also do is hover over e-commerce right here, and then you can scroll down and click Shopify, and it's going to automatically start to pull up different website themes that you can utilize for your store. You can scroll through all of these and pick which ones have the best features for you. One of my favorite themes that I love using on here is called the Ella theme. So you can go ahead and explore that and see all of the options that it has for you. But once again, you do have to know what you're doing, because you're going to need to not only download the code, but upload the code and customize the code based on what you want your website to look like. But when you're utilizing paid themes, it gives you way more reach than just using a free theme. But for the sake of creating the Shopify store as cheap as we can and as fast as we can, I'm going to use a free theme that Shopify already provides, which is going to be the debut theme, because I like the end-to-end banner, okay? So we're going to utilize this theme. I'm trying to debate. Do I want to stick with this theme or not? Okay, I'm going to utilize this theme. We're going to stick with it, okay? So, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change the theme because I actually like Boundless a little bit more than that. So I'm going to add this to my theme library. I did the black and white version, which doesn't matter because you can change the colors, but it's just showing you just different layouts. As I hit add to theme library, it's going to start loading here. As soon as it's done loading, it's going to give me the ability to customize it. Okay. But that is how you would add your website theme. In order to know how to customize this theme in terms of designing banners and collection images and things like that, we're going to be talking about in part 2 of this Shopify series. But for the sake of today, that is how you would find a website theme. Now let's move on to how you would add products. So all you have to do is on this left-hand tab, it's going to have all of the options you need. You have home, you can view your orders from here, you can view your inventory, your collections, even set up your gift cards over here. You can view your customer information, which is phone number, email, address, anything else that they give you. You can also see your analytics. And then you can also use several marketing tools as well as discount code options. And then you also have apps as well, okay? But head over here and then you click the products, and then it's going to tell you, hey, you need to add your products, right? Because you don't have any products added yet. The cool thing about Shopify is that you have the ability to import your products. So let's say you have a CSV file, which is basically like a Google Sheets or an Excel sheet file of all of your product names and prices and descriptions. You can go ahead and import that here. And then all you have to do is just make sure that it's formatted correctly and then add your pictures. I add my products one by one. So we're going to go ahead and add it one by one. So I'm going to click add product. And then once I click add product, I get to name my product, okay? So I am going to upload a picture of a puffer jacket, okay? So I'm gonna put, maybe I'm gonna name it Sexy Marshmallow. I don't even know how to spell marshmallow, to be honest. Oh, let's do it. Sexy Mellow Black Puffer Jacket. I then have the ability to add whatever description I want. So outline for description, I like to add an interesting sentence or two. So interesting sentence as an opener. I then like to break down the details of the product, okay? So you can talk about fabric, you can talk about color, you can talk about how they should wear this, you can talk about how it fits. You can talk about a couple of different things here, but I like to have an interesting sentence or two, and then I like to break down the details of my product. Then you would come down here where you would add a picture of whatever the item is that you are selling, okay? So let's say I wanted to add a picture. I'm going to add a random picture, by the way, because I don't actually have a black puffer jacket that I sell. So you would just click add file, and then you would find the image on your actual computer, and then you would upload it to Shopify. And while it's uploading, you can work on all of the other stuff, okay? So as you scroll down, you set your price. So I am going to sell my puffer jacket based on my pricing and profit formula. I'm gonna set my puffer jacket to $57 for purchase, okay? And then the cost per item section, which Shopify recently added this year, which I am so thankful for, is it's basically saying how much did it cost you to create this product, to get this product from your vendor, and how much is it going to cost you to package this product, okay, before you ship it out to your customer. So this is something that I talk about in my pricing and profit mini class and in the extended version of the class. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you definitely want to check that out. But let's say my cost for doing all of that for this product is about $19. Shopify then calculates my profit for me and my profit margin, which is super cool. The next thing that is in this pricing area is you're able to put a compare at price. What that does is it allows people to see the discount. So let's say this jacket used to be $90. I would type $90 into this box, and then on the front end, you will then see a line through the 90 and you will see the new price as $57, which makes it appear that there is actually a sale, which is super cool to do. You want to always make sure that you have the checkbox here for charge tax. If you are living in America, you need to pay tax. So always have the checkbox checked if you live in the United States of America. In terms of inventory, the SKU is all up to you. This is all background information for yourself. So if you track every item based on a combination of numbers and letters, you can go ahead and put in the SKU that you have created. Or if you have a barcode of these items, you could go ahead and put that in here. If this doesn't pertain to you, you can go ahead and leave it alone. Then you obviously want to make sure that you track quantity, because that allows Shopify to know when something is sold out so that it can stop selling it for you. If you want to continue to sell while you're out of stock because you're just going to continue to reorder that item, you can check this box. Or if you wanted to do something like a pre-order, you can tell Shopify that your item is out of stock, but you can check the box of selling when out of stock, and it will allow people to still order it, and then it will show you how many orders came in with that product, and you can fulfill your inventory based on that. But for the sake of today, I'm going to put that I have 10 of these items, 10 of this puffer jacket, okay? It's a physical product, so make sure that box is checked. And then if you've weighed your item, you can put the weight here. I haven't weighed my item, so I'm going to leave that alone. And for customs information, I'm going to go ahead and put that it's shipping from the United States of America. And the HS code, you don't really need to put that, but you can put that if you want to. It's basically a code that customs use to kind of verify what type of product it is that you're shipping. If you do have multiple colors of an object, like let's say I had the red version of this puffer jacket, I can put right here options. I can check that box and then put in options color. And then what I could do is do black, comma, red, and then it will automatically add as choices. And then it will tell me, do I want to price the different variants differently? And do I want to set different quantities for each? So let's say I had 10 of each, I would put 10 black, 10 red. Let's say that only the black version was on sale because that one maybe isn't moving as fast as the red ones. I can keep this as the original $90 price, and I can keep the black, I can let the black one be the new sale price, which is $57, okay? And if you have different SKUs for each color, you can put it here. But then all you do is hit save, and then you would be done with your product. Another thing that you can also do when adding products is you can list the product type, the collections, and the vendor and tags. This helps with SEO, which is something that I will explain at the end of this video. But for the sake of right now, I'm going to put that this is a jacket. I'm going to skip over vendor, and then I don't have any collections yet. So I'm just going to add this to homepage collection, but we're going to talk about collections next time. And then let's say I wanted to do tags. I can put black, puffer, jacket, coat, puffy, raincoat. Whatever describes my item, I'm going to put it as a tag, because tags help when customers are searching for a certain product on your website. And then all I'm going to do is hit save. And once I hit save, it's going to save all this stuff about my product. And then my product is going to have the ability to be on the live store, which you see right here. And so I can actually preview it so that you guys can see what it looks like on the front end. Once we've added the image and everything, you see that it says sale and it says $57, and then $90 was the original price. You see my picture right here, which with this theme, it allows me to zoom in. And then here's my description, which is super cool. And then here are my options. So you know how I had to list variants? Here are my options. I can select red if I want to, and red is the normal price of $90. But if I want black, it's $57 and it is on sale. Okay, so that is how you would add a product. Now, let's talk about how you can set up your policies. All right, let's talk about that. So to set up your policies, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to scroll down to settings, and then you're going to click where it says manage your store's legal pages, okay? Once you come here, Shopify is going to tell you all of the common policies that you need to create. It's going to tell you that you need to create a refund policy, a privacy policy, terms of conditions, and also a shipping policy as well. So they have templates for all of these except for your shipping policy. So if you don't have a lawyer, you can go ahead and utilize the templates that Shopify provides you with, but you definitely want to go ahead and edit this stuff to comply with your business. So for example, the template for refund policy tells them that they have a 30-day return policy. If that's not your return policy, you need to edit this, okay? You can also go ahead and just type up your own and paste it into this box. Privacy policy is the same thing. You hit create from template if you do not have a lawyer. And then you can go through this and you can actually just edit out whatever doesn't apply or customize. So for example, source of collection. This data will be collected when you access our site using cookies, log files, web beacons, tags, or pixels. If you have another way that people's data is tracked, you can just add it in right here. If not, you can go ahead and just erase this placeholder. So Shopify does a good job of giving you placeholders so that you can know where you need to edit. The placeholders are all in all caps and they are italicized. So make sure that you're changing that out. Too many times I see people use the template from Shopify and they still have all these placeholders in them. You don't want that. You want it to be clean to the point, and you want it to stand by itself legally, okay? You can scroll down and do the same thing for terms of service. Basically, what each of these are, your refund policy is how you're going to handle returns and exchanges and refunds. Your privacy policy is what you're doing with consumer data. So when people go to websites, automatically cookies and things like that are tracked. You need to let people know that it is being tracked and for what purpose. So is it because you're going to run ads to it? Is it because you're going to use it for email marketing? Is it because you're going to use it to send out their order? What is that? So the privacy policy needs to encompass all of that, and the template from Shopify does a good job of that. Just make sure that you're switching out the placeholders. The terms of service is basically the kind of like a mini contract of what comes with using your website. So by purchasing on this website, you're agreeing to the following terms. That is what the terms of service is for. Now, your shipping policy does not have a template creation option. You have to type that in yourself. So this is, okay, how fast are you going to process orders? How fast are you going to ship orders? Do you offer different shipping speeds? Who do you ship with? What happens if somebody doesn't get their package? Are they able to get a tracking number when they order something? You want to include all of this into your shipping policy, okay? And that is pretty much how you would set up policies. You would then go ahead and hit save. Once you saved your policies, you're going to make sure that you add them to your site by heading over to online store and then clicking navigation. Once you click navigation, they're going to have two different menus for you. One is going to be main menu and one is going to be the footer menu. You want to click the footer menu, and then you want to go through and add each of your policies as its own page, okay? So what I'm going to do is click add menu item, and then I'm going to hover where it says link, click that. I'm going to scroll down to policies, and then I'm going to click privacy policy, add. I'm going to do the same thing for all of them. I'm going to scroll down to policies, then I'm going to click refund policy, add. Then I'm going to add another menu item. Then I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click terms of service policy, add. And my shipping policy would have popped up, but because I didn't put anything into that text box, it's not popping up because it's saying that there's nothing there. So then all I have to do is hit save menu, and then now it's going to be on the bottom of my site. So if I were to go back to my website and refresh over here, if I were to go to my site and then scroll down, you would see now that it says search, privacy policy, refund policy, terms of service at the bottom, okay? And that is how you set up your policies. Now let's talk about domains. So once you're already in the online store subcategory, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click domains. It's going to take you to a page where it's going to give you your default domain that Shopify has created. Now, Shopify's domain has .myshopify.com at the end. This is not completely branded at all, and I always urge people to buy your own domain and connect it. You can buy a domain straight from Shopify. I like to use Google Domains. Some people use GoDaddy. I don't use GoDaddy. I use Google Domains, and then I connect it to Shopify. But let's say you wanted to do everything on Shopify because we're trying to make it easy. What you would do is you would click Buy New Domain. Shopify is then going to ask you what domain do you want? I want my domain to say warm and bougie. And then it's going to tell me what is available. It says that warmandbougie.com is available. I can get warmandbougie.net, .store, .shop, .info. I get all of these different options that I'm able to buy, okay? And so let's say I wanted warmandbougie.com. I would go ahead and click buy. I would then enter my information, like my name, my address, all of that stuff. And then once I purchase that domain, Shopify will automatically sync it for me. Now, if you have a domain from an outside source, such as Google Domains or GoDaddy, you're going to need to let Shopify know that you have a domain from an outside source, and then you're going to need to connect it. So to do that, what you'll do is you'll click connect an existing domain, right? And then once you click connect an existing domain, it's going to ask you what the domain is. So let's say I'm talking about the brand. Oh, well, it's connected to a website. But let's say I'm talking about hustlebabeagency.com, right? I then hit next. And then what Shopify is going to tell me, it's going to tell me where the domain is hosted, because that's what it's doing right now. So it will pull up where the domain is hosted. So hustlebabeagency.com. It's then going to give me the instructions based off of my provider. So my provider is Google Domains. So once I click view instructions, it's going to take me to the instructions to connect my domain based off of my third party. Okay. And then all I would do is follow these instructions and connect my domain. It's probably easier for you to just buy it on Shopify, but you definitely want to make sure that you buy a domain, because you want to make sure that everything is on brand. You should be able to tell people, okay, go to www.warmandbougie.com, not www.warmandbougie.myshopify.com. That just doesn't make any sense. You want to make sure that you go strictly to your domain and it is on brand, okay? The good thing about domains is that domains, you pay that one price for the entire year. That is not a monthly price. That is a yearly price. So it's $14 for the entire year. Depending on the domain that you want and the competition for that domain, it may go up all the way to, I've seen domains, $90 sometimes. Depending on whatever domain it is, it could be cheap, like $14, even $9. It may be a little bit more expensive, but that is something that you're paying for the entire year, okay? And that is how you would set up your domain. Now, let's talk about how you can set up shipping, payments, and payouts, okay? So shipping is how you are going to get your product to your customer, and it is basically telling Shopify the shipping providers you use, et cetera, et cetera. So to set up shipping, you're going to want to click the settings option in your menu. You then want to click shipping and delivery. Once you get to shipping and delivery, it is going to already have some of the general information in here for you, okay? So let's say you want to offer local delivery. You can say, okay, well, where are you offering local delivery from? And you can click manage, and then you can add in your address. If you wanted to do local pickup, the same thing. Where are people able to pick this up from? Is it your warehouse? What is your warehouse address? And you would put that here. For packages, you can add your default shipping packages. So let's say I had these custom poly mailers that I ship in. I can come here and I can select soft package, because a poly mailer is a soft package. I'm going to switch this to inches, and then my poly mailer is going to be 10 by 13. That's my poly mailer. And then the weight when empty is 0.05, right? So this is me weighing it on my shipping scale and then putting that weight in here. Then you can name it anything you want. So let's say this is my custom designed poly mailers, and I designed this holiday themed or something because it's Q4. So maybe holiday custom design poly mailers. And then I could set this as my default packaging, or I could just click add a package, and then it will automatically store it as a saved package for me when it comes to shipping out. So when it's time to ship out your order, you're going to need to obviously purchase a shipping label either through Shopify or through something like ShipStation. And so having your saved packages helps because it will automatically fill in the dimensions and the weight for you of your package, okay? And then all you have to do is worry about the total weight after you put the item into whatever your packaging is, okay? But if you scroll back up, it's going to take you to shipping, right? If you want to edit your shipping, you're going to click manage rates. Once you go to manage rates, it's going to list the products that you have so far, which I only have one product so far. It's going to ask you where you're shipping from. If you want to change the shipping from address, you're going to need to click manage, and you're going to need to edit that on that page. The reason why you want to be very precise on where it's shipping from is because when you print the label, it is going to show up on the label. So if you're shipping from your home and you don't want people to stalk you or know your address, I suggest getting a P.O. box or a street address from your USPS, or there's other companies that give you street addresses as well, so that it can show up as that once you print your label, okay? Because nobody wants somebody pulling up to their house wondering where their package is at, okay? So let's say this wasn't the address I wanted to ship from. I would click manage, and then it's asking me, do I want to remove rates? And I would have to hit yes, I want to remove rates. And then it will take me to a page asking me to add my new address, okay? And then you would just fill that out, and you can come right back to this page. Now, Shopify has already filled in some default options for me. You can go through this and see if this is something you agree with, or you can change them completely. I like to do a standard shipping rate, not based on how much the package weighs, but just a standard flat fee shipping rate. That is what I like to do, and that is what I tell some of the people that I coach, but it honestly is up to you. So if you want to, you can price based on the weight of a package, which Shopify already has some defaults in here. So up to a pound, they're charging $6.90. 1 to 5 pounds, they're charging your customer $9.90, so on and so forth. They also already have like a free option here. So if you've ever went to a website where they're like, okay, if you spend $75, shipping is free, this is what this is. So I'm going to basically show you how you can add this yourself. So if you click add a rate, you'll hit set up your own rates, and then you can name it anything you want. So let's say I wanted to do free shipping over 75. I would type that in, and then the price is going to be $0 because it's free. And then I'm going to hit add conditions, and then I'm going to put based on order price, and the minimum they have to spend is $75. There's no max. I will hit done, and now free shipping over 75 is applied. You see that 75 and up says the price is free, okay? And obviously we don't want two different free shipping overs. So I'm going to delete that free shipping over 50 and make this dominate, okay? Like I said, I like to do flat rate shipping. So I'm going to go ahead and add a flat rate shipping option by clicking add rate, clicking set your own rates, and then this is going to be flat rate shipping, and you can name it something cute if you want to. And my flat rate shipping is going to be $10 because on average, that's how much I spend. I don't need to add any conditions because this is just period. This is how much you're going to spend on shipping unless you spend $75 or over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit done, and it's going to add flat rate shipping, no conditions, and the price is $10. I'm then going to delete these and delete these. Now, let's say you wanted to add like an expedited option or an overnight option. Still, go back to add a rate, set your own rates. I'm going to do overnight shipping. And then my price for overnight shipping is going to be $25. I'm going to hit done. It's going to be added. Okay. And so what you want to do is you want to also add your shipping zone. So right now I'm shipping to the domestic under these rates. So anybody within the United States will pay these rates. They'll either pay $10 for flat rate shipping, $25 for overnight shipping, or if they spend over $75, it will be free, okay? So that is how it is going to work for this. Now, for the rest of the world, you can set up different prices for them, okay? What I like to do for the rest of the world is I like to say calculate your own rates. So what you can do is click use carrier or app to calculate rates. Select the carrier you want to use, whether it's UPS, USPS, or DHL. Right now it's COVID, so UPS is your only option. You would select what options you plan on utilizing within international shipping, and then you would go ahead and hit done. Now, if you wanted to add a handling fee to this, you can add a flat amount or a percentage. It's up to you. Another thing you can do is you can have a flat rate international shipping fee. So maybe you realize that international shipping runs you about $20. You can go ahead and charge $20 as a flat rate shipping fee. And if anything goes over $20 in terms of international shipping, you're just going to have to eat the cost because you set a flat rate shipping of $20 for international shipping. I personally like to have it calculate on its own. That is my preference, but it's completely up to you. Now, once you're done with this, all you have to do is hit save to make sure that everything saves. And then if you go back to your page, to your website, you now can, let me go to my catalog. You now can go here and then you can hit add to cart. And then you can hit view cart and you can walk through the checkout process. I haven't set up everything completely, so I don't know how far it's going to let me go, but you can walk through the checkout process, and then it's going to show you, it's going to calculate shipping at the next step. So let's say I'm going to put in, let's put in this email, support@thebrandhustler.com. Oops, I cannot spell today. Then I'm going to put in my actual, all of these are old addresses, so you can pop up if you want to, but we're going to put these as an address. Nope, let's not do that. I'm going to go ahead and put in my address in here. I'm going to continue to shipping. It's going to get available rates for me. As you see, flat rate shipping pops up. Overnight shipping pops up once I get to this page, okay? And so the person is able to select whichever one they want, and it will adjust the pricing over here. Now, to show you what happens when I add over $75 to my cart, let's say I went ahead and just added one more of these. That will take me over $75. I hit checkout, and then it's going to calculate my shipping rates, and it's going to tell me that I can get free shipping over $75, or I could pay overnight shipping for $25 if I want it faster, okay? So the option for overnight or expedited will still pop up. The cool thing about this is free shipping applies to pre-taxed and pre-discounted prices. So a person cannot, pre-tax and after discounted prices. So a person won't get the free shipping over $75 if they add $75 worth of products and then add like a 10% off coupon to take them below $75. They won't get the free shipping. It has to equate to $75 after all discounts and before taxes, okay? So that is how that would work in terms of shipping. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how you can set up your payments and your payouts. So to do that, you're going to go back to settings. You're then going to go to payments. Payments is where you are able to tell Shopify what kind of payments you want to accept from people. So you could set up and use Shopify payments, which is what I suggest using. You can utilize PayPal, Amazon Pay, and any third-party platform that you want. A lot of people are utilizing things like Zelle and Afterpay and things like that. You would add those in third-party and alternative payment methods, okay? So that is an option that a lot of people are doing because it does bring in more orders because you're giving people the option to buy now and pay in increments. Like I said, if you wanted to just activate the basic ones, you can activate Shopify payments. It'll ask you for some information like your social, your email address, your business information, and things like that. You would go ahead and fill that out and then go about your business and you're ready to accept payments. As long as you set up the correct information so that it could charge and then deposit the payments correctly, bada bing, bada boom. Once you set up your Shopify payments, it's going to pop up and say, how often do you want to be paid out? You can select that you want to be paid out on a monthly basis, a weekly basis. I believe they offer daily as well. And that is something that pops up after you activate Shopify payments, okay? But pretty much we just walked through how to pick a website theme, how to add products, how to set up your policies, how to connect your domain, how to set up your shipping rates. And then we also talked about how you can set up payments for your customers and how that affects your payouts, okay? So pretty much this walkthrough tutorial is done. I'm about to tell you guys all about SEO and then you'll be done.